Hello everyone. So in last class, I asked you to solve these three questions. So let's start solving these three questions one by one. So the first question is that a book was sold for rupees 600 after a 20% discount. What was the original price of the book? So in this question, we need to find the original price, and the given data is that the final price is 600 after a discount of 20%. So how we can use the formula? So first of all, we are going to write the formula. So the formula was that percentage change is equal to final minus initial upon initial into 100. Now, we know that here percentage change value is given to us as 20%. So we are going to write 20 here. Now, we know that the final price is how much? Final price is 600 minus initial price is something that we need to find out. So we will write initial price to be x divided by x into 100. So now we can simplify this to 20x equals 60,000 minus 100x. So if we solve this, the value of x comes out to be 60,000 divided by 120x. 120. So we are finding the value of x. So this will be 60,000 divided by 120. Now we can simplify this, and the final value that we are going to get will be 500. Now, what do you think? Is this a correct answer or not? So this is not a correct answer. Why? Because we were asked for a discount, and discount means reduction of percentage, and in case of reduction we have to assume this to be a negative 20 instead of 20. So I think some of you might have done this mistake as well. So now we are going to again try this question, but now we are going to take this sign as a negative sign. So let's try this again. So again we are going to try this question, but this time what we are going to do, we are going to use a negative sign. So let's start. Now minus 20 will be equal to final price is 600 minus initial price is x divided by x into 100. So this will become minus 20x equals to 60,000 minus 100x. From this we can say that 80x is equals to 60,000. Now the value of x that comes out will be 60,000 divided by 80. If we simplify this, how much we are going to get? 750. So we can say that the original price was 750, and when we were given a discount of 20%, so the final price or the value by which the book was sold was 600. So I hope you get this answer, and from now on you are not going to commit that mistake, and you need to be very careful about the sign. So let's try question number 2. First we are going to read the question. Question says the population of a village increased by 12% in a year. If the initial population was 12,500, what is the population now? So in this question, if you see, he is talking about increased by 12%. In the last question there was a discount, so that's why we considered it with a negative sign. Here, because it is increased, so we have to consider it with a positive sign, and the initial value is given and the final value is being asked. So how we can use the formula? We can say that 12 is equal to final value that I don't know minus initial value which I know is 12,500 divided by 12,500 into 100. So final minus initial upon initial into 100. We can simplify this. So this 100 and these two zeros will be cancelled. So the value of f will be 12 times 125 plus 12,500. So we can say that finally the value of new population or the population now comes out to be 14,000. So this is the final answer that we have. Hope you understand this. In this question, first we are going to read the question very carefully. It says, a new mobile app A was launched in 2014 and 60% of 200 downloads of the mobile app A were on Android platform in 2014, whereas 40% of 600 downloads of the mobile app A were on the Android platform in 2015. So these are the key points that I have highlighted. What was the percentage change from 14 to 15 in the number of downloads of mobile app A on the Android platform? So clearly this question is asking about the percentage change from 14 to 15. So what we have to calculate, first of all, we have to calculate the number of downloads in 2014 and number of downloads in 2015. First, let's calculate number of downloads in 2014. So in 2014, it says 60% of 200 downloads. So 60% of 200. So this will be how much? This will be simply 120. Similarly, we can calculate number of downloads in 2015. How much it will be? It will be 40% of 600. So if you simplify this, we are going to get 240. Now we can simply use the percentage change formula. What was the formula? Formula was final minus initial upon initial into 100. Final value is 240 minus initial value is 120 upon initial value is 120 multiplied by 100. So we can simplify this. It will be 120 divided by 120 into 100. This 120 and 120 will be cancelled, and finally the change is of how much percent? The change is of 100%. So in this case, you can see that 100 is the answer. So we have tried 3 questions. In the first question, we find out that how discount can be considered as a negative quantity. In the second question, we find out how we can calculate the increase. And here we just find out how to calculate the percentage change. So I hope this topic of percentage change is clear to you. Now in the next videos, we are going to talk about further concepts in percentage.